Hey everybody, welcome to RBL Weekly. This is different. I'm opening the show. I'm your host, Brian motherfucking Moses, and I don't have a co-host this week. I don't know where he is or what he's doing. I hope he's okay. Let's get to the countdown. Where the fuck is Tom, actually? Like, I know it's supposed to be Tom Goss, but where the fuck is he? Normally, I'm late. So this is actually, this is some cultural appropriation happening right now. Tom's taking my role, and he's late. And we're going to talk about the best of the offseason today, the top 5 battles of the offseason. Volume 1, 5 battles, the best we have so far of the offseason. Tom, it's just me. So I have to figure out who the top 5 battles of the offseason are. Volume 1, let me find out. Oh, New York, obviously. New York always has the best battles, and it's 2 ladies. Ladies are the best at doing this. Your number 5 battle of the offseason, Volume 1, Charity Gregory versus Jacqueline Lore Edwards. Here it is.
Let's roast! Oh, Charity is in town. No wonder all of the bodegas are out of Mountain Dew. Charity, if you're here, who are 13-year-olds talking off a ledge on kick?
That's okay. Jacqueline and I go way back. So does her hairline. Doesn't Jacqueline look like she uses too much teeth when she shakes your hand?
Charity says she goes in and out of the closet every couple of years. I don't know how you go back into the closet with that haircut. If you've learned anything from dating men, it's how to look like one.
Jacqueline has 2 gay moms, and I'm gonna fuck them both.
Let's go.
No, that's their rebuttal. On that note, the government currently does not acknowledge Jacqueline's 2 gay moms, the same way Jacqueline's 2 gay moms do not acknowledge her.
Well, Charity's parents voted for Trump. They weren't always Republicans, but then Charity started saying things like, I'm cisgendered right now.
Thank you, every cult leader's 3rd favorite wife.
Damn. Specific.
Something tells me Jacqueline owns every American Girl doll except the black ones.
Oh, I was a Molly girl, that was it. Charity is from Connecticut, which means she should look like she's in a book club, but instead she looks like the only book she ever read was How to Kill Yourself for Dummies. And she didn't finish it, so...
Jacqueline told me she used to write Harry Potter fan fiction. Jacqueline, I would not tell people that.
My mom's thought it was really good. Charity is a freelance party clown. Her number 1 party trick is getting every member of her polycule into a very tiny car and making none of them come. All right.
That's all right. I know Jacqueline's heart is in the right place, even if her Spanx aren't. Jacqueline looks like she calls the cops to say there are too many black people on Family Feud.
Yes, Charity George versus Jacqueline Lore Edwards. I hope I had those names right. Let me see. I nailed it. Doing good at this hosting thing so far. Probably not. I'm still waiting on Tom. He evidently got pulled over by the Orange County Police. Clearly, it happens to everybody. Evidently, no lives matter to the police, especially Tom's and mine. Fun battle. 2 new ones I've never seen before. Very in the New York vein, going below the surface a little bit. You could tell Charity kind of had Jacqueline up against the ropes with some of the very specific references she was making to her "you look like" jokes. But I thought overall, yeah, Charity kind of had a Gabby Jordan Brown feel and vibe to her, even like in kind of the way she delivered her jokes. If you know Gabby, she's a host out there. I think she actually hosted that show at Roasted Grove. So it was fun. I mean, this is the best of the offseason. You might see Charity more during the season. Seeing her, that was a debut I've never seen before, and it really did impress me. So I do hope to see Charity George more. And Jacqueline, don't stop doing this. Clearly, you love to write some jokes. You had some great subjects to kind of attack Charity with. You didn't really attack the fact that she was from Connecticut. So she is a rich white lesbian mom. You know, I mean, she's so many things. But you really just attacked that she fucks a lot of people. And I don't know if those really burns. That's like complimenting her more or less. Anyway, let's get to this next battle of Volume 1, Best of the Offseason. Number 4, Scotland's very own Ryan Cullen and Crystal Evans. Ryan Cullen's one of the best. Let's see his challenger, Crystal Evans.
When I first met Ryan, I was like, oh my God, the ghost of my miscarriage has come back to haunt me. You know how the birth of a baby after a miscarriage is called a rainbow baby? Well, Ryan's parents called him a cockroach baby because his mother tried to abort him, but he sadly survived. As a result of that, Ryan has had a lot of immune deficiency problems and has from birth. They keep trying, though. Like, COVID-19 happened, and they were like, you should go to more parties. But Ryan is really good looking, though. Like, he kind of looks like a movie star if the star was Tom Hanks and the movie was Philadelphia.
Okay. As you can see from her big melted head, Crystal here is a burns victim. In the same house fire that she got Simon Westoned, her slow-moving sister was also burned alive. Lol. Yeah, so when Crystal goes to pick up her sister nowadays, she needs a dustpan.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, 20% of Crystal's daily routine is now anxiously changing the batteries in her smoke alarms. This is what you get if Deadpool wore makeup.
Yeah, I know. I do these roast battles a lot, and I know that my sister dying in a house fire makes me an easy target. Kind of like when you got shot when you were 12 for being Catholic, right? Ryan looks like if the White Witch of Narnia was homeless and turned tricks. And coincidentally, the only way he can get people to do this roast battle now is by locking them in his wardrobe. In case you don't know, Ryan runs these roast battles, right? And they used to be good, but now it's mostly just open spots calling each other
What a good time. This is our quietest ever roast battle.
Look forward to that. When I first met Ryan, I was like, evil troll, let me across this bridge. And then he said, you must answer my riddle. And the question was, will you do the roast battle? It takes hours of writing and preparation, and it pays 50 quid. No, actually 40 quid. Actually 35 quid, and you get exposure. And I was like, exposure, Ryan, please don't show me your dick. Again.
In the same year as the fire, Crystal was in a car accident, and while she was asleep in hospital, they put a catheter in and it pierced a big hole in her labia.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So both me and your doctor has the exact same thing in common. We were both like, God, I can't wait to ruin this. Crystal was born in a trailer. No way, with a name like Crystal. Thought you'd been in a mansion in fucking Beverly Hills. Guys, you won't believe it. My sister Candy Tits was lower class. Your name has less syllables than you've had toilet options.
Ryan has a lot of great friends in comedy. They're all men who have been accused of assault or will be soon. When I first met Ryan, I actually thought he was really cute. Then I saw his teeth, and I passed out, which gets Ryan really excited, actually. Women like Ryan because he looks like a hairless cat. or a veiny gray dildo, and they can outrun him when he takes a puff of his inhaler. But people always compare Ryan to Voldemort in these roast battles, which is funny because people call Voldemort he who must not be named, but with Ryan it's more like he who no one can name, except for the women that pick him out of a lineup.
Crystal looks like she spends late nights gnawing on a big block of cheese. You look like you survive on crackers and pre-cum. Yeah, Crystal looks like a child snatching creature that they talk about in Dutch folklore. Like a Roald Dahl illustration that came to life to bore us with all her shit comedy. Crystal Evans and Amanda Dwyer here are both comedians that always have the demeanor of someone that's just been carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Actually, that's right, you have been. Oh yeah, forgot about that.
If you didn't know us though, and I told you that one of us was a burn victim. Ryan recently grew a tumor on his face. Actually, I should rephrase that. A tumor recently got Ryan's face on it, and it made a lot of sense actually. Like, you know how like owners start to look like their dogs, you know? Okay. Speaking of homelessness, Ryan was homeless in New York City in 2009 and slept on a bench in Central Park. And it was coincidentally the same time that I lived in New York. I only saw him once, and it was really sweet. I actually witnessed him losing his virginity to the pigeon shit woman from Home Alone 2.
She is Irish and everything. Crystal's comedy has been described as dog shit by me. Yeah. Crystal carries around a whistle for some reason. Yeah, this is a partition trophy wife. Participation, not partition. I fucked it now. In her first year of comedy, when Crystal bombed, she would cry on her drives home. But now she's more experienced. She just takes the train home to focus on her crying. No one's just sad.
Ryan's been hit by 7 cars, all driven by his mother. And, he's her personal final destination, the abortion that got away. And she tried with a bus last week down on Cowgate. It decapitated a 74-year-old man instead. But listen, it would normally be Ryan's department to make a joke that's so heartless and headless. But, Ryan said to me after that happened, he was like, if that ever happens to me, just stick my skull in the bin, because then Mom could finally see that I'm a headliner. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Although Crystal's husband is a successful chef, she was born in a trailer and most of her redneck family voted for Trump. The only way she'd be more inbred would be if her husband made a sandwich in her honor. The Crystal Evans, tasteless, unpopular, and served overcooked. Crystal also used to work in hospitality, and she has served celebrities like Rihanna, Madonna, and Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones once actually said to her, I can tell you're from Washington State because of those northwest dimples. But I guarantee in his head he was like, Christ, bitch, you from Mordor with that charred orc head? Yeah, I'm ending on that one.
Yeah, that was Scotland's own Ryan Cullen, Crystal Evans, Ryan Cullen, the American Crystal Evans. That was fun. She was dressed as Hillary Clinton, but the dress that Monica Lewinsky wore that she got came on, she made into a blue blazer. That was very, very strong as a combo, as an outfit. I appreciated it, Crystal, for my American blood. But as a battle is concerned, I thought that was fun. If we're just previewing what these cities are going to look like coming up, you can tell that Scotland, they're primed and ready already. You've got one of the legends, Ryan Cullen. He was kind of abusing Crystal in the beginning, but she had some big pops, some long walks, but some big pops. It did seem like they were dating a little bit. Ryan always feels like everything's rolling off of his back. He always goes for the big, strong, layered, dark joke. And I thought that Crystal kind of matched him with some of the stuff. Some of the stuff was a little surfacey and some stuff you may have heard before that she was saying. But for the most part, I thought she stood toe-to-toe with one of the legends. And I thought he gave her a lot of grace with even some of the stuff that he fumbled over, some of the stuff she fumbled over. I thought that overall that was a fun battle with some strong jokes and just showing us the offseason. Nothing's, there's no stakes in this. Everybody's just having fun. Everybody's just talking shit. Scotland. Go fuck yourself. Next up. I hate that I have no co-host today, I gotta be honest, man. Number 3, Cleveland. Wow, Cleveland versus Atlanta. First of all, these two cities never get on the countdown, so it will be the offseason. You guys finally get on the countdown. It's Cleveland versus Atlanta. Dave Herron versus Shelley Gruenberg, the MVP of Atlanta. Let's check it out.
Shelley caught chlamydia for a third time to satisfy her autistic itch of doing things in threes. All I know is chlamydia 3 times. HOFOSHO. Shelley is a hoe for sure.
Oh my God, go fart yourself to death on a rascal scooter, you pervert.
I'm gonna go see the Grand King.
David Herron Jr. is such a fancy name. You look like your name should be Plops McFlabtard. But Heron is a very elegant bird. And like a bird, if I found you dead, it wouldn't even ruin my afternoon.
You're just jealous I can eat a bag of M&Ms without separating them out into colors. Keep it going for Chapel Shalom. Blonde hair, blue eyes, busty bosom, but that nose, Hitler would have such a confused boner right now.
Can I just say I loved you in the sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit called Who Ate All of Reddit? No, I like you because we have a lot in common. We're both loud breathers with big tits who have never seen his penis.
One drop of my high fructose corn syrup would bring your diabetes back. Shelley's 3rd grade classmates nicknamed her new titties Jigglypuffs because she has one leg shorter than the other that makes them pop and lock when she walks.
I like you because you're built like a bowling ball bag. And I wish you would spare me your husky ramblings, or I'm gonna strike you with my Prius.
Did you come up with that in the gutter? Donald Trump was reelected because he had 73 million Americans terrified that Shelley was going to read to their kids in that outfit. Are you Kevin or Marcus?
Riddle me this. What is gayer? My outfit or looking like 5 guys all smushed together? Dave calls himself a sativa-powered thought machine, which is so fucking stupid. I like to call him a cheeseburger-powered rape factory.
When Shelley started smoking Newports at 11 years old, her dad just assumed that his grandchildren would be like his grandparents, Jewish and ashy.
That's so ironic because you look just like the tumor that killed my grandpa.
And I'll do it again!
Dave was a Catholic Cub Scout. And I am just so grateful we finally have an answer to whether or not semen has calories.
Hey, I could shave some pounds, but you could shave that schnoz. That's 5 jokes, guys. Give it up for what a fucking headline.
Yes, Cleveland versus Atlanta. Dave Heron, the opposite of Dave Bluntz, white and I guess, versus Shelley Gruenberg from Atlanta. That was live from Cleveland. That looked like a wedding reception at a hometown buffet. I don't know what that camera lens was. Cleveland's always surprising me with the way they shoot their stuff. Always fun in Cleveland, always big jokes, always big people. That did feel like Princess Leia versus Jabba the Hutt, the Mucinex Monster versus the Zoloft Happy Face, anti-Semitism versus fat shaming. We had fun in that battle. You can see why Shelley Gruenberg has a skill set kind of like Nate Welch out here in Los Angeles, where they do this thing where it's not supposed to work. The rules aren't supposed to bend that way with puns or like some of the stuff that you saw Shelley say or heard Shelley say. I mean, like on paper written, you're like, this is insane. Like who wrote this, a 5-year-old or an 8th grader? But the way she says things and the way she can put a layer of seriousness on top of some of these jokes that may sound a little cheesy, for lack of a better term. But I feel like she nails them every time. And yeah, that was a big example. And then Dave came with some big anti-Semitic punches. But yeah, for the most part, he just kind of ran out of breath, out of steam, out of stamina, and Shelley just kind of came with some bigger punches. So that was fun. I don't know where my co-host is. I hope he didn't get pulled over. He's here. Oh, he's here? Yeah. Let's see him. Oh!
I'm so sorry.
Right before we ended the podcast.
I'm so sorry.
My Pat Barker replacement. I love that Pat only gets people that look like him to replace him.
Hey, DeHerm, I'm in this shirt.
Yeah.
DeHerm called me Handsome Pat the other day, and it was...
Wow.
It was the nicest thing anyone said to me because I could tell it hurt Pat's feelings.
Handsome Pat, that is a very, very... That's a fun burn, because you're like Jolly Pat. Pat's handsome. Gosh darn it, DeHerm.
Oh, Pat's got the eyes going for him. He's got a great
eyes.
smile.
Yeah.
I don't think DeHerm was right on that, but I enjoyed that it hurt.
Now you're
Pat's
like rugged, savagely handsome, Pat Barker.
I'm a drunk fight ya bar Pat Barker.
Old school Pat.
Yeah, old school Pat. I'm more Philly than Pat is.
Yay! It's good to have you. Thank God.
Yeah, no, it's good to
bombing
be
my
here.
face off trying to host this thing. I was like, Pat, Tom's gonna be here. I'm flubbing things. I'm looking at my cell phone. Everybody's like, I hate when they look at the cell phone.
I thought 2 hours would be enough. I got stuck. I live in Orange County. I got stuck behind an accident trying to get on the freeway in Orange County. And I've been in the car for the last like 3.5 hours. And I am so sorry. I was so excited for this. I already reviewed some of the battles. And
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hear it. You know what? We got some time.
I'm excited.
Let's see what your review is. All right. So the number 5 battle we had today, Tom Goss, was Charity Gregory versus Jacqueline Laura Edwards. I thought it was fun. You obviously know what they look like.
Yeah.
What was your assessment of that battle?
I thought it was really fun. Well, I thought the most important thing is, once again, New York proves they got depth. Never heard of them before. The Spanx line. I don't know if I thought that was such a great, I don't know if it was off the cuff or not, but it was a great rebuttal.
The audience heard me. It was a sly chuckle like, oh, that's a mean one.
yeah. But like, it's crazy how many people New York has that can just come out of the woodwork, and they were crushing.
It's that tri-state area. I think that's where Charity's from. She says, I think Jacqueline said she was from Connecticut. So it is that whole tri-state area. It's the most educated area in the country, right?
Oh, really? I didn't know
Massachusetts,
that.
Connecticut, all that stuff up there. So yeah, you saw like the references. They go a little more in depth than they do surface level, obviously. And that was a fun one. But obviously I thought Charity kind of was impressive.
Yeah, no, I was impressed. I mean, whenever you see two people, I mean, I think comedy, roast battle, it's all the same. You're always a little like, all right, how good are they really? And I was like, they're good. If this was, yeah.
Charity looked like you in Desert Storm. No, I'm sorry, not Charity. Jacqueline did. Jacqueline, sorry, Charity. Yeah, you're the opposite. Of, long hair, the fatigues that were like, sand colored. I was like, oh yeah, that was Tom in the 90s.
Yeah. And then, like you said, they were going through, they're hitting on stuff that was beyond service level, the sexuality and all of that.
She nailed it for some of her dating, patterns with the polycule and
the MAGA family, all the stuff.
Yeah, but also Jacqueline was raised.
That might have been.
Yeah, because Jacqueline's raised by two lesbians. And Charity's white and dates everybody.
That's what it was. But yeah, no, they're good. I hope they do it during the season.
Keep doing it, ladies. Yeah, I know you're not watching this anymore. You definitely turned it off. Ryan Cullen versus Crystal Evans out in Scotland. What'd you think about that one? The American versus Ryan.
I thought it was good. I mean, Ryan's. I've never seen a bad Ryan Cullen battle.
That's a great. Let's say that louder. We've never seen a bad Ryan Cullen battle. He always just seems to just knock it out of the park.
Yeah, even if he's quote off, he's still putting up a top bat. Like he's always good. I love his writing style. One of my favorite jokes this year was from him earlier in the year. Between the two of them, that battle I thought was good. I don't think I'd seen her before.
She was new to me as well. During the battle, she said she had battled a lot. And I was like, oh, well, this is my first time seeing Crystal Evans. And she definitely, you can see why. She's had some chops, so she's done it before. But she definitely wasn't afraid of Ryan.
No, not at all. No, fear was not on her face whatsoever. I thought she was good. She has battled before?
She said that during the battle that she had battled before. She's like, I do a lot of these roast battles, and Ryan, it's kind of something Darren Irwin says about like, I do it for the $60, Moses. She was kind of kind of nailing Ryan about the money and his pitch to do it. So she's done it before, and you could tell she has. The battle we just saw before you walked in, as early as you could get here, by the way. People don't understand Southern California traffic is messed up for like 7 days out of the week. Sunday, I can't believe you tried to get here in the afternoon within 2 hours.
That's also crazy running off 3 hours sleep. I really did everything I could to come in and not do my best work today, Moses.
You're a bang up job. Well, you're doing a good job at doing a bad job.
I appreciate that.
Me too as well. I'm doing a terrible job at this. All right. What'd you think about Dave Herron versus Shelley Gruenberg? MVP of Atlanta, Shelley Gruenberg.
I love the thing that I'm most excited about for that battle. I mean, there's a lot of things. I watched that one twice actually. What I loved about that battle.
Was it the camera that looked like it was at some kind of like a Little Shop of Horrors, like high school auditorium play?
It was, they filmed it in what, a bar?
I don't even know, like a buffet. It's crazy what they're filming it in.
But the crowd was high.
Yeah.
There have been other battles that Cleveland has a trouble they have the crowd, and it's cool to see what they can do when they have a good crowd. Because Dave Herron, I don't remember seeing him crush harder than he was crushing in that battle. He brought it, Shelley brought it, and they both have such different styles. I thought they complemented each other so well. She's so silly while being mean, and he's like, I look like a monster, I'm going to be a monster on stage.
Right. I'll do it again. I'll give your dad cancer again.
Yeah. So that battle I thought was great, and maybe even kind of a preview for next season, because I mean,
those are two East Coast cities that we don't talk about nearly enough. We only talk about it when Shelley Gruenberg is on the program for the most part, because she carries those two new cities. But Cleveland's so game all the time. You're right about that crowd. I always feel like Cleveland has a good crowd, so that's my first time hearing that. They don't always have a good crowd, but Cleveland, that being the backdrop for that battle in particular, I thought it was so fun. And I love it you said she's always silly and mean, because she does this thing I was saying earlier in the show, that she does stuff like, if you see it on paper, you're like, there's no way this is working.
So what's funny is I run jokes by a bunch of people. She runs jokes by me. And she ran that Plops McFart.
Yes, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
When she ran it by me, I was like, that's funny, but I didn't think. And then when she said, the way she delivers it, while looking at him, it goes from like, yeah, that's all right, to just destructive. It was so, I forgot about when I started doing it again. It was so funny.
Tom, it takes me to this place like in stand-up sometimes, and I hear this a lot about stand-up isn't so much about your material, it's just or what you're saying, it's how you're saying it.
That's definitely, yeah.
And she really, I always think like, well, no, it's all about the jokes and roast battle, and but then you see people like DeHerm or you see Guam and you see these guys who aren't, necessarily like revered as joke writers, even though they can write a hell of a joke. But it's the way that they're doing it and performing. And I think Shelley, Nate Welch, DeHerm, they all fall into that. I think Digits even, they fall into this category where they it doesn't matter what they're writing. It's just like it's how they're delivering it, and they kind of nail it.
Yeah. Well, I think the most underrated aspect of comedy in general, but roast battle too, is having a unique voice, having a joke. Like if you hear a Shelley Gruenberg joke out of context, or a Los Digits joke, or a DeHerm joke out of context, their style, Nate, you can hear it on the joke, even if they're not the one saying the joke. And that's super undervalued. Jay Yamaki is another dude who he has such a specific, silly voice. Him and Shelley are super silly, completely different kinds of silly. It's all in their voice. And I think that's what helps people get to the next level. That's the thing that drives me crazy about my battles. Like I don't know if I have that as well as some of the other people out there. They are so deep into their voice.
We don't say that enough about Jay Yamaki, I think, on this program, but we do say he's a legend. But he does this thing where he's like Mike Lawrence. Mike Lawrence is a little more sinister and a little more, I would say, I can't even think of the word right now, but Jay does this thing where it's like he does jokes on tops of jokes on tops of jokes. He's jokes on jokes on jokes on jokes on jokes, punches and bunches. Yeah. That's Jay Yamaki a little bit. And like Mike Lawrence is like that, but he's a little more direct. And I feel like with Jay, he's just like, these are all asides, because this guy looks like this.
I think Mike had a much meaner style. Even when he was like in the room, I remember coming up watching Mike, and even if Mike didn't say the meanest thing, it felt meaner just because he had that energy behind him where if he wanted to cut you, he was going to cut you. Yeah. Even if it was a jab for him, he was like, I'm being playful right now. It's like, ooh, that kind of hurt in a way that other people can't always pull off.
Just jokes, and they're just sinister, mean, dark, hard, below the surface jokes of just like, he is going for the essence of you, and he wants you to really, really look in the mirror after you're done battling him. Yeah. With Jay, it's like he's beating you up with like silly punches the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, Shelley has that, the same way. She just like those guys, her own voice. Dave, I think he has his own voice, and I don't know about you, I thought he stepped up his writing level in that battle. I thought he leveled up in that battle from a writer's perspective, because I've seen him on the countdown a couple times, and he's good, but I thought he took a giant step forward.
Congratulations, Dave.
Yeah.
You're moving forward.
Yeah. Something someone your size would have a hard time doing. Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome to your doctor. All right. Let's get to number 2. Chicago. Chicago is one of the best cities we have in this thing. Always great film quality. Let's see some of the up-and-comers. A nominee for Most Improved Battler of the Year, AJ Leidig, versus a guy who just opened for Dan Soder out in Chicago. Funny dude, Nick Cartwright. Let's check it out.
On 3, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, roast! Guys, give it up for Nick Cartwright. He got married this year. Please give it up for him. We love him here. Nick married his high school sweetheart. They're gonna get divorced in 4 years when she graduates.
Classic bit.
Nick's wife actually makes more money than him because she makes more than negative $70 a month. You took a woman that had a great job and a great family and said, baby, I could take you away from all this, I could really...
Good one, Sweet Life of Zach and Chody. I love that. No, really. Shout out to AJ for making it. Actually, real big shout out for whoever got him out of that locker he was stuffed in. That is good for him. Just kidding. He did get bullied in high school a lot. They stopped because he kept coming. That was the problem.
They got bullied too. He actually told me in middle school one time a kid forced him to eat mud. The other times he was just hungry. So.
Okay. AJ, you look like you get naked to pee. That's it. That's a joke.
That's it? Nick, you look like you store blue chews in trees for the winter. You look
Gotta
like
hide my nut.
You look like the chef and the rat from Ratatouille.
Very funny, Malcolm in the Diddle.
Boys are just having fun right now.
AJ looks like when he has sex, he says shit like, "Oh, your pussy's goated."
That's pretty good.
Barstool, baby.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good. I can't take that from a guy that cheats on his wife on Xbox Live. I just can't. I mean, Nick's really into bondage in that he loves trapping women in conversations about sports gambling. That's his big kink.
AJ looks like Barron Trump's DUI mugshot, so that's pretty special. AJ lost thousands of dollars to crypto. Not the currency. Crypto is actually the name of a black stripper he pays to call him the N-word. So, R.I.P.
Her name is Brian Moses. You met her before the show?
We've been to a
Nick's disgusting, all right? Look at fucking Nick has so much oil in his hair, the U.S. military just invaded it. I mean, look at him. You fucking muskrat looking ass, dude. Nick married a woman because he's too ugly to be gay.
Yeah, that's fair. AJ did drop out of school to trade Bitcoin. Not that embarrassing, though. He still got a degree. It was second-degree assault, but it was a degree.
Nick, I don't even know how you're here right now, dude. What? Shouldn't you be on a podcast shaming some woman about her body count or some shit? Isn't that your free time? Shouldn't you be fingering your wife with Cheeto dust still on? Isn't that...
Damn, dude.
Nick looks like he got a DUI on a Lime scooter, okay? Look at him.
I don't do prop comedy. I fucked up.
That was prop comedy?
I think that was an inhaler.
AJ does really want to win this battle, though. It's very important to him because if he wins, he gets 10 points for Slytherin. That was a cute one, I thought.
That was a cute one. I like that. I like that a lot. Last joke? Last joke? Do you guys remember when Chris bombed earlier? That was fun. All right, we're just fucking around.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Nick and I both said that. Just remember that. Yeah. No, in all seriousness, we've had a lot of fun with Nick tonight. We've talked about his wife. We've talked about him. We've talked about how ugly he is, mainly. Nick, I don't know. I don't know what a muskrat is, but I do know you look like one.
Hey guys, remember when AJ bombed right now?
I know. I felt it.
Let's go, Drico.
AJ looks like he decides what drink to buy his high school girlfriend he's hitting on with a paper fortune teller. In fact, I was in the green room and this shit fell out of his pocket. One of you ladies in the front, do you guys want to see what kind of drink AJ would buy you if he was trying to have sex with you? Hold on, let me, there we go. What's your name?
You doing crowd work in a roast battle?
Everyone give me
This is bullshit.
No, you're interrupting.
This is so not allowed.
You're interrupting
You're
my
doing
shit.
fortune teller crowd
Don't
work
fuck
and
up my
calling me a
shit.
loser?
Don't fuck up my shit.
This is ridiculous. You're married. Why did you make one of those? You should have put on a list just for owning that. That is bullshit.
It's so close, dude. You're ruining my shit.
What do they all say, gay or some
ruining
shit?
my shit.
Reveal it already. Come on.
You're ruining my shit. What's your name? Your name's Steely?
Ask her what she does for work. Why don't you? Come on.
You. Is your name Dan?
Ma'am, are you from out of town? Are you visiting? Anybody celebrating tonight? Anybody doing birthdays? Anything in here?
Nick's there in the pocket, been a professional. He is. I don't know what your thoughts.
This was my fault.
This is my fault. Hey, you guys remember that time Nick bombed?
Oh my God, that
He's doing so good. Thank you. STELY. What's your horoscope sign? You shut the fuck up. Let me do my shit.
We gotta be out of here by midnight. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's your fault, bro. What's your horoscope sign? Leo. Okay. Retard. All right. That's fun. Okay. Pick a number. 7, 3, 4, 7, or 8. 8. Okay. AJ would buy you roofies. Dude, these all say roofies. That's so fucked up. Fuck you, dude. That would be funny. All right.
Give it up for them, everybody.
You're a piece of shit.
That was from Chicago. This is volume 1 of the best of the offseason here for the RBL. That is an example of something that can be seen as battle of the year. That had all the makings of a battle of the year. 2 friends just breaking each other's balls, old school style. I mean, stepping on each other's jokes, stepping on each other's... Nobody got a word in edgewise at one point. It was... Talk to me about this, because you've been in battles like this. Talk to me about this one.
So it was a very classic. Chicago has this style in general. Mm-hmm. Chicago, really good off the cuff, really good rebuttal-y. And Nick, who I don't know how many roast battles he's done before, he made a huge error. And I don't want to call it an error because it made such an entertaining moment that there is no problem with it at all. Where he tries this weird creative bit with the paper, and AJ goes from it's a close battle to just starting to fucking ream him for it. Or sorry, I probably shouldn't be swearing right now, but yeah, start reaming him for it. And that was such a fun moment. I watched all of the whole Chicago thing. I was hoping that it would be this battle because that moment right there is so funny. You can see his frustration.
I remember being at that battle, and it was fun. I mean, there's a lot of fun. That was a fun episode. Go check out that Barstool Sports episode, Roast Battle Chicago. Those guys do a hell of a job. Probably one of the better cities in the league. Just filming, producing. I was there. Alexis Fox was there. There's a couple Barstool Sports guys who do podcasts.
You were crushing as a judge. We don't get to see you judge very much. You were crushing as a judge that night.
It was fun, man. That was they do a good job. You just want to be ball busty with those guys.
Yeah.
And AJ Leidig, we can see why. That is a premier example why he is nominated for most improved battler this year. This season, Nick Cartwright. I mean, yeah, if you haven't seen Nick Cartwright, go check him out. He's a funny dude. That's why he opens for guys like Dan Soder on the road. And they were just, everything was rolling off their backs. There's some big punches in there. I thought Nick was very funny. You could tell those two are friends, and Leidig is just such a ball buster, and that was fun, man.
It was so much fun. And yeah, I love that Nick was crushing throughout the battle. He pulled out that paper and he took a huge risk, and he
let AJ come back a little bit.
You let him come back a little bit, but I'm glad he did it. At the end of the day, we're trying to be entertaining. That was so entertaining.
I'll watch that again because that's battle of the year type shit to me. I'll watch that all day.
It's so good. And getting to see stuff that's new in a format that you've been doing, you created pretty much from the very first day. And to see something new like that, it brings a lot of joy to me. I was cracking up.
I love seeing these new... I mean, listen, man, I've been doing it 11 years, and then you get to see this new generation come in. Like, you get to see, new classes come in every 3 or 4 years. And, like, this Chicago class that's been coming up, man, they're so much fun. And, yeah, AJ and Nick are like, they're two of the heads of it. And Greco, you've got some good shit going on out there. Keep it going, man.
Do you think AJ takes another big step forward next year?
I hope. He was out in LA recently, and I took him out to do some partying. And he's a cool kid, man. I really I hope he sticks with it. I really like that guy.
Yeah. He's very fun. I got to hang out with him in Chicago and here. He's a good kid.
He's fun. Check out AJ Leidig, everybody. All right, let's get to the last battle of the episode. This is all the way from Barcelona. Another battle I was at out during the Barcelona Fringe. It's Roast Battle UK Zone, Helen K versus Barcelona Zone, Hector Ayala. Let's check it out.
Battle! Let's roast! This is Helen K, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros. She is smile constipated. She says she is clinically depressed. I just think she's Russian. That's it. She looks like the lead singer of a Soviet emo band, like My Chernobyl Romance, or Panic at the Gulag. I'm not sure. That's it.
depressed, Russian, and constipated. This is Hector, or as Donald Trump would call him, bad hombre. Hector works in recruitment, which is how we met. He was the one who sex trafficked me here. That's it.
The masks add to that joke.
That's why I'm still a struggling comedian, not paying off very well. Ellen, she's 33, but it's really hard to guess your age because you look old and young at the same time. You look like a teenager with menopause. You look like an old Russian woman who would get a Brazilian wax. Like a babushka without the bush, you know? That's it.
Yeah, I'm about to hit a wall. Maybe you can help me get over it.
No, I'll dig your tunnel.
So, I don't know Hector very well. I'm gonna keep it that way. But everybody I asked about him told me that he has a girlfriend that's way hotter than him, which to be fair is not difficult. And you know, I've always been wondering, like, how low can women's standards get? And apparently the answer is 5'4".
It's not clever.
It's 5'3", but okay.
Oh, we're the same height.
This is Helen. She's admirable. She loves to self-teach herself to fix things. She has self-taught herself to do plastering, to do electrical jobs, plumbing. She fixes shit for her friends at home back in London. Her passport gets her in trouble. Helen, are you Mexican?
No, but I'm stealing your job as well. You know, Hector is the guy that your girlfriend tells you not to worry about, and you don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your love life, Ellen. I mean, your longest relationship, most of your relationships average along 3 months. 3 months. She's single. She states that she doesn't want to have kids, but I don't think it's her choice at this point. I think she has a sausage dog. That's the only sausage she's getting lately. Not much coming for a communist.
Is that it?
That's it.
So Hector told me that he's afraid of the dark. So he's positively terrified of Brian. I'll leave it there.
Last joke. Estuvo buena esa, güey. Güey, so Ellen, so mean. So Ellen has had eating disorders. I just don't know which way. I just don't know which way, but I'm sorry. Her mom body shamed her as a child. That's no joke. But she was also an accountant, so can you really argue with the way she was counting your calories? That's it.
Thank you, Guillermo del Hector also told me that he's tried every hard drug, but he didn't enjoy them that much. To be fair, the experience is better when you don't have to ship the drugs out on the other side of the border.
All right, guys, give it up. Let's go.
That's your number one battle of the episode, the last battle of the episode, Volume 1, Best of the Offseason. Hector Ayala, Helen K. at the Comedy Purge 2024 in Barcelona at the Barcelona Fringe. Tom Goss, what do you think about that battle?
I thought it was great. Helen is like a lot of London battlers, so smart and so clever. Like I think a perfect example. She closed on that shitting out the drugs joke, which I know that's shitting out the drugs joke does not sound like it would be a clever joke, but they package it in such a smart, clever way. And I thought she showcased that. I thought Hector. I don't remember seeing him this year. I thought he was really funny too. I thought it was well earned number one. I think it's funny that 2 battles in a row. If Moses is there, you gotta roast them.
They love to get on me when I'm there. Yeah, she called me the Dark. I think that's a really good nickname. That's really funny of her. She's funny. Hector, I think, is the champion out in Barcelona, or was at one point.
Okay.
So he's got chops. That was probably the best battle of that show that we did. But you can see why. Obviously, Helen's one of the best in the world. Hector was very formidable. They were very fun together. And honestly, during that battle, I felt like Hector was winning, but then Helen kind of like, if we're talking about, arm wrestling, it felt like she kind of, her strength kind of came over a little bit, especially in those last 2, especially, she called me out, and then the last one about shaking the drugs out.
Yeah.
So,
then his teenager on menopause joke was a great, that was a perfect, you look old and young joke at the same time. Mm-hmm. I feel like every scene has at least one girl that fits that criteria. That was a great
different, because we've heard that joke to death, but that is a different spin to put on. Of like, a teenager. I've never heard that before, so that was cool.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is just an example of what you're going to get when the season starts March 1st. The World Championship is Sunday, January 26th, out at the Top Secret Comedy Club, 8 p.m. in London, England. We have another RBL showcase, not in Austin this time. The main room of the Comedy Store, Wednesday, December 18th. Check us out. Go to roastbattleleague.com for all your tickets, all your info, everything. Thank you, Dev Noodles. Thank you, Tom Goss, for showing up.
I'm so sorry I was so late. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys letting me do it, and I hope I was able to bring something for what I was on for. Yeah.
Listen, you'll be back because we had to go over the roasties, obviously. So you'll be back doing this again. We're just warming you up, man. We have a long off season, so it's gonna be fun. Roastbattleleague.com. Get tickets for the main room, December 18th, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Big show. Let's roast.